Cabinet received a report on the seasonal diseases risks, urgent vaccine deployment, and proposed contingency funding. The country has experienced sporadic and isolated outbreaks of waterborne diseases typically associated with the rain season. Although no major outbreaks have been officially declared, risks remain elevated due to current weather conditions, population movements, and increased strain on water and sanitation infrastructure. In response, the government of Zimbabwe has intensified its preparedness efforts by conducting comprehensive risk and hazard mapping, enhancing alertness among response agencies, and expanding public health communication initiatives. The measures aim to prevent isolated cases from developing into large-scale outbreaks and to reduce undue pressure on the healthcare system. Additionally, Cabinet has approved a contingent fund to support the Ministry of Health and Child Care's preparedness and early response activities for seasonal disease outbreaks. Furthermore, the multi-sectorial approach involving relevant ministries, local authorities, and agencies responsible for water and sanitation, local government, transportation, education, environment, and social services will be strengthened in order to enhance prevention, improve preparedness, and facilitate rapid response during the 2026 rain season. Meanwhile, the Ministry of Health and Child Care has commenced the process of developing a new national health strategy in line with the National Development Strategy 2. The new national health strategy will harness and ring-fence all possible health financing, including the National Health Insurance Scheme. All stakeholders are urged to participate in the consultations. The 2026 edition of the Southern Africa Development Community Sustainable Energy Week is scheduled to take place at the Elephant Hills Resort in Victoria Falls from the 23rd to the 27th of February 2026. The event will be held under the theme, and I quote, "Driving Regional Economic Growth Through Clean Energy and Energy Efficiency," close quotes. This SSEW will serve as a platform to bring together diverse stakeholders in the energy sector, including regional institutions, government agencies, private sector players, academia, and development partners. An estimated 500 delegates from around the world are expected to participate in the event. The conference will be distinguished by the presence of high-profile dignitaries, including the SADC Executive Secretary, African Union Commissioners, presidents of the Africa Energy Week, and leaders from prominent organizations. Hosting this prestigious event provides significant advantages for the government of Zimbabwe and its various sectors. These benefits encompass stimulating economic growth through heightened tourism and hospitality activities, attracting new investments and business prospects, strengthening regional leadership and visibility, facilitating knowledge exchange and capacitating development, and fostering strategic diplomatic partnerships and re-engagement initiatives. The SADC Sustainable Energy Week program, along with side events, will feature parallel sessions during the first 2 days. The official opening ceremony is scheduled for the third day and will be officiated by His Excellency the President of the Republic of Zimbabwe, Comrade Dr. Emerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa. His Excellency is also expected to tour exhibition stands and deliver a keynote address. The conference sessions will continue on the fourth day while the fifth day will be dedicated to site visits on energy projects in the morning, followed by excursions in the afternoon. Cabinet also considered and approved the Memorandum of Understanding between the Republic of Zimbabwe and the Republic of Tajikistan on cooperation in the field of geological studies. The Memorandum of Understanding seeks to expand and deepen the scientific and industrial ties between the parties and creating a favorable environment for cooperation and development of scientific and technical cooperation in geological studies. The parties will cooperate through the following. Number one, exchange of ideas, information, experiences, technologies, exchange of scientists and specialists. Number two, conducting joint workshops, scientific conferences and meetings, preparations and capacity building of specialists. Number three, provision of joint research projects. The fourth area is conducting geological prospecting works and the use of modern technologies for development of geological maps. And the fifth area will be other mutually agreed forms of scientific and technological cooperation. His Excellency the President led the Zimbabwean delegation which attended the 13th World Governments Summit from the 3rd to the 5th of February 2026 in Dubai, United Arab Emirates. The summit was held under the theme, and I quote, Shaping Future Governments, close quote. The objectives of the visit were to position Zimbabwe as a friendly, stable and ready partner for global cooperation and integration by promoting the doctrine of being a friend to all and an enemy to none, as well as emphasizing that Zimbabwe is open for business. Additionally, the visit aimed to establish Zimbabwe as a premier destination for investment and tourism, and to showcase the country's readiness to provide global leadership in preparation for the United Nations Security Council non-permanent seat elections scheduled for June this year. Furthermore, the visit sought to strengthen and deepen cooperation at bilateral, regional, and international levels. The summit also increased the prospects of Zimbabwe securing the United Nations Security Council seats and resulted in the signing of an addendum extending the Memorandum of Understanding on the Government Experience Exchange Program. Cabinet received and approved the report on the 39th African Union Summit held from the 14th to the 15th of February 2026 in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, as presented by the Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Trade. His Excellency the President Dr. E.D. Mnangagwa's attendance at both the 39th Ordinary Session of the Assembly of the African Union of Heads of States and Governments and the 35th Ordinary Session of the African Peer Review Mechanism Forum was instrumental in advancing the country's engagement and re-engagement strategic thrust. Zimbabwe successfully contributed best practices and secured the re-election of its own candidate, Mrs. Eni Musiwa, to the African Committee of Experts on the Rights and Welfare of the Child, a key African Union organ. It is noteworthy that the APRM Forum commended Zimbabwe for the following best practices, among others. Number one, Zimbabwe's transformative leadership. Number two, performance contracting. Thirdly, heritage-based education 5.0 and the monetary policy. The achievement underscored Zimbabwe's capacity to build consensus within the region, thereby ensuring that Southern Africa continues to play an inclusive and influential role in shaping continental human rights governance. The goodwill generated from Zimbabwe's diplomatic exploits, namely the successful lobbying for a resolution condemning unilateral coercive measures and sanctions, will advance its bid to host the 9th African Union mid-year coordinating meeting in 2027. I thank you.